Hello, this is Group Two's rebuttal as we argue against Group One's sources and how we believe we have stronger proof and sources to show that teachers in deaf schools should be hearing. Hello, today I will be discussing how Group 1 in their first source is talking about how they see the importance of both types of teachers, hearing and deaf, to be teaching the children in deaf schools. A thing in the article that Group 1 did not focus on was at the end of page 5. The article stresses the importance of teachers being both fluent in ASL and in English. A reason for why I feel like this is great for our argument that hearing teachers should be teaching in deaf schools is actually in the next bullet point, which states that over 90% of these deaf students come from hearing families. Having a teacher that is hearing and fluent in ASL, it will allow these students that are in the middle of both knowing some ASL and some English to have a more comfortable transition into this deaf school where they do not have a foundation of either ASL or in English. This teacher will allow them to grow at their own pace wherever they need help with.
My name is Sophie Neighbors. Group 1 argued that there are different demeanors among different languages and that context may be lost by hearing ASL teachers. I read the American Sign Language Association website, which outlines requirements for ASL teachers which can prevent context being lost while teaching ASL as a hearing teacher. One of the questions for hiring an ASL teacher is, has the potential teacher attended conferences, seminars, and workshops in the area of ASL teaching and deaf studies? Also, does the potential instructor have evidence of fluency in ASL? For example, does the potential teacher have a score of 3 or higher on American Sign Language proficiency interviews? These qualifications can ensure hearing ASL teachers provide proper context and bridge the gap between different demeanors which were outlined by Group 1. Thank you.
Source 3 states that deaf teachers should teach deaf students because deaf teachers can control the classroom better and they have better success with getting deaf students to participate and learn. That is incorrect, as audible/hearing teachers are able to teach with the same progression and same success goals as deaf teachers. The first thing to do is what most teachers do. They need to get the student's attention, right? This is done a few different ways, as all students learn differently, even with a disability such as this. This includes grabbing his or her visual prowess, or even use something such as a physical tap or touch on the person's shoulder. Source 3 at 2 minutes 24 seconds states the following. Students who have linguistic facility are able to smooth out rough spots to maintain extended disclosure, leads to extended interactions, academic success, and better questions. This means that Mr. Ambroso is stating the fact that teachers who are audible of speech have the same capability of those teachers that are deaf. This can further be justified via lesson plans, along with non-needed action of not having an interpreter. As the teacher who is audible has the same, if not higher, skill cap within the ASL community. As long as the deaf student or students are accommodated, there's no reason as to why they should not be able to learn effectively just like everybody else and to participate like everybody else. The teacher is to also provide notes to the student, the deaf student, to make sure that they learn effectively and like everyone else. And if the student wants another way to learn with notes, that teacher will act accordingly, as again, all students, they learn differently even if they have a disability. This shows that audible teachers, they have the same teaching capacity or capability as deaf teachers, and to suggest otherwise is a clear violation of the EEOC, along with much rather repulsive inclusion of segregation based on disability. Henceforth, if a teacher who is not deaf is denied a job, then it would be a full violation of this act. This can also be verified via the genetics of mute or deaf personnel statics and the base knowledge of congenital/hereditary past. To suggest that a deaf teacher is more capable of teaching deaf students would again be in violation of the EEOC or federal standards, along with being morally improper, as all personnel which teachers should be considered equal.
My name is Diana Barlow, and Group 1 argued that deaf people should be teachers due to their high rate of employment or unemployment. I think hearing teachers can be great teachers for deaf students and still be an ally to the deaf community. I feel like if hearing teachers do not cross the line of disrespecting the community by showing off certain words or phrases in sign language to other hearing people to perform for them. They can be an active ally for the deaf community. They can direct deaf students towards local deaf resources and tutors if they feel the deaf student may need supplemental help.
And that has been our group's rebuttal over the topic at hand. Thank you.